Yes. Right now, we have our guest speaker online. Yes. So right now we have our guest speaker online. Permit me to say some few words about this great, wonderful woman. I tell you, she is by name, she is Ambassador Dr. Anita from the United States of America. And we have to say, these are some of the people that God has used, to transform my destiny. Believe me when I tell you. She is the founder for Offshoot Global International. She is also a Goodwill Global Ambassador to the United Nations. She has visited President Nigeria for a couple of times. Ambassador Anita, and she got the privilege to train leaders in the world. There is a man, a great leader in this generation by name Dr. John Maxwell. He's a great author. Ambassador Anita is also privileged to be the executive director for the John C. Maxwell Leadership Team. Mama used to, sometimes when we talk on phone, you understand, she will give me some inspirational, transformational words. Whenever I make good use of those words, I always see great change. And during your induction in the month of December, by the special grace of God, she is part of our visitors that will come around to grace the occasion. Permit me to bring on the podium Ambassador Dr. Anita Davis. Can you appreciate Mama all the way from the United States of America, the state of Florida? Thank you, Mama. Ambassador, we have you on board now, Mom.
Okay. Are you ready for me now? It's a little delay.
Ambassador just asked a question that, are you guys ready for our presentation now?
Well, good morning, beautiful ones. It's such an honor and privilege to spend this time with you. I could not sleep. I was filled with anticipation. Where I am in the world, it is only 6 o'clock in the morning. But when I was asked to come and join you and spend some of your Saturday morning with you, I was excited and I could not wait to come and see your beautiful faces. I hope that you know as a girl child how beautiful you are, how special you are, how divinely, I say, how divinely you have been given treasures that you're to share with the world. There in Aquaibom, I am known as the first daughter of the light. I am known as Adia Iwana Itam, first daughter of the light. That is what I'm called there in Aquaibom. And every time that I come there to the village and I'm there with the Itam clan, who have adopted me as their first woman chief, I feel so honored. I feel honored as a daughter coming home. So today, when I was asked to come and spend some time with you, I wanted to talk to you a bit about the power of purpose. Many times, especially as girls and growing into and journeying into womanhood, we don't understand who we are. We don't understand the power of purpose, and we don't understand how, once we decide and once we know what our purpose is, once we claim it, once we decide who and what we want to be, we become unstoppable. And when we were given the gift of life, there was a treasure put inside of everybody. And part of our responsibility, part of our journey, is discovering what that treasure is. So each one of you, I want you to just touch your heart right here. Touch your heart. Everybody, let me see you. Just touch your heart. Let me see you. Yes, touch your heart. When you were given the gift of life, just touch your heart right here. Yes. When you were given the gift of life, there were divine treasures put inside you. Some of you might be good in math. Some of you might be good with engineering. Some of you might be good writers. You might write poetry. Some of you might write books. Some of you may be great chefs. Some of you might be able to make beautiful clothes. Some of you may be good at helping others. You were given treasures. You were given a gift. Many times we're given many gifts, and those gifts give you ideas about the kind of career you want, what you want to do with your life. It gives you an idea about the things that you want to study. Those things that deep within your heart, those treasures, that gives you a clue as to how you can spread your wings and soar. You see, many times, unfortunately, some of us let the circumstances of our life, we let the situations that we face, we sometimes let them make us believe that we can't accomplish whatever's in our heart. Nobody's life is a magic carpet ride. Oftentimes, when I talk with girls, they say, "Oh, all I need is money. Dr. Defoe, I just want to make money." Money gives us choices. But when you stop to think about it, if money was solely the answer, people with money shouldn't have any problems. But I know all of you look at social media and you look at things that you read, and you see that people that you read about that have money, that they have issues too, that they have challenges. So money does not stop us from facing challenges that we have to solve. Money gives us options. So always remember that money does not totally define you. Money gives solutions. Money opens the doors to opportunity. But money is not the only definition of success. Purpose, once you find purpose and you find what your gifts are and your talents, and you develop them, and you choose to let nothing derail you, that when you decide that, yes, I may face a challenge here, but I'm going to stay focused on what it is I want to achieve in my life, you become unstoppable. And education is a valuable key to that. That's why it's so important. And that's why you are so special, because you could be doing anything on this Saturday, but you have chosen to come here and spend your time doing something very productive that's going to help you to create a brighter future for yourself. Education is something that nobody can ever take from you. Education is the difference maker. And the more you learn, the more you seek to learn, and the more you stay aware and know that learning is a lifelong process. It continues. People often say to me, well, Dr. Defoe, you always learning something. You always reading something. You always exploring something. Learning never stops. As I'm speaking to you, there's some new information coming out. Learning is an ongoing, continuous thing. So open your minds to learning. Because if I would ask you this question, what do you think is more important in being successful in life? Do you think it's raw intelligence, or do you think it is resilience? Which one do you think? Somebody tell me, which one do you think is more important? Which one do you think is the key to success in life? Help me there. Somebody answer the question for me.
Just raise up your hand and you can come forward and answer the question. Don't be timid. Come. Come and stay in front of the camera. So,
I think it's resilience.
Sorry, what did she
say that
say?
again.
Resilience.
Please help me. I
She
couldn't hear her.
said she believed the answer is resilience.
Very good. I must
She said
say,
she believed the answer is resilience.
and I'm saying she is correct. She's already a well researcher. The research says, the research,
Can we
I must get
appreciate-
her name. Everybody give her a round of applause. She's so correct. The research shows that if you look at someone and if you look at raw intelligence compared to resilience, the difference maker in life, in your lives, in my life, is resilience. It doesn't matter how many times we've gotten knocked down in life. It doesn't matter how many challenges that we face. We all are going to face challenges. We all face obstacles. But the thing is, choosing to get up is how you respond to those challenges. All of us probably know somebody who we think is brilliant, and we see them doing little to nothing with their lives because it goes to mindset. Some people believe that their possibilities are limited. Some people, when they get a setback, they give up. And so in this life, the more that you're able to learn how to work through challenges, you learn how to think critically, and you choose to get back up, and you stay focused on your purpose, you will become unstoppable. Because remember this, circumstances and situations, they do not define us. They reveal who we are. And they will let you know if you're choosing to give up, if you have a limited mindset, or if you have a growth mindset. And when you have a limited mindset, that believes that, oh, because I don't have this, I can't accomplish this. You have put yourself in a box when you have a limited mindset. When you have a possibility mindset, a growth mindset, that means that you're looking up to the stars and the heavens, and you know that if you put out the effort, you know that if you try hard, if you know that you ask your mentors for support, if you know that if you walk in goodness and you try to do the right things, the resources that you need, the assistance that you need, you focus on education and studying, you will be unstoppable. But it's all about choices and mindset. Now, remember, in this life, and I can tell you, it would be, I would keep you here all day if I would tell you how many people, how many situations I've been in where people have said, you can't do that, Anita. You can't do that, Dr. Defoe. Or you can't do this because you're a girl. Or you can't do whatever. But I stay focused on purpose. And so you have to, from this age, if you have not already got this mindset, it doesn't matter what people say. It doesn't matter what they call you. It doesn't matter what they think about your possibilities. The only person, and remember this, the only person that can stop you is that face that greets you in the mirror each and every morning. And who do you see in the mirror when you start your day? You. You're the only person that can stop yourself. You're the only person who can quit. So you have to decide. You are the one. It doesn't matter what people will say. You're going to meet naysayers throughout your life, throughout your career. You will have doubters. You will have disappointment. You will have people who you thought were on your side and they turn out to deceive. You will confront all of that in your life. I'm here to tell you. It's sad but true. But you never let that stop you. Once you decide what purpose is, when you decide what your destiny, what you want to accomplish in your life, you decide. You decide you're going to educate yourself. You decide your career choice. And remember, in this world, there are no careers that say these are girl careers or boy careers. Because there's some occupations that over time, historically, more men have gone into those careers than women. A lot in this what's called STEAM, and I'm sure they've talked to you about STEAM. And those are science and technology and engineering. Sometimes people say the A is for the arts or agriculture and mathematics. Remember, any career that you decide that you want to embrace and study, that can be your career choice. You are not limited. So, how do you face challenges? What do most people do when they have a setback? What do people do when they feel that they have made a mistake? How do people usually handle that? What do most people do? Somebody tell me. How do most people respond to when they make a mistake or they get disappointment? What do most people do? Someone tell me. I know you know.
Hello, Ambassador.
Yes.
Can you please help repeat the question?
My question was, what do most people do when they have a disappointment or a setback, or something doesn't go the way that they thought it was going to go, or how if something didn't happen on the time frame that they thought? What do most people do?
Okay. Okay. Who can understand that question? All right. Come closer, please. What do most people do when they experience disappointment or setback? Can you?
They feel rejected.
Yes, they often feel rejected. And what do we often do when we feel rejected?
What do we have to do when we feel rejected?
Mhm.
You have to build up, you have to have mental courage.
You have to be encouraged by yourself, or you have to believe in yourself.
Did you hear what she said, Ma?
Yes, very good. Thank you. Yes. Yes. You
Can
have to find, go ahead, sorry. So you have to, yes, you have to feel encouraged. That's where your mentors come in. That's where you talk to someone, because John Maxwell teaches us, because I have mentors too, and as it was said, on the John Maxwell team, John is one of our mentors, and he mentors us and talks to us about how to be better leaders and how to help people of all ages, how to help them be better leaders. And something that he very important that he has taught us about when we have a setback. He teaches us that failure is something that we have created in our own minds, that failure doesn't exist. If the people that we consider successful, if you talk to them, they will tell you their greatest learning came from what we as humans want to define as failure. Many times people, they say, would ask Thomas Edison about the light bulb, and if you read the story, it talks about him trying some 900 times to get the light bulb. But what if he had felt rejected? What if he had given up? We would perhaps still be using candlelight, or we would have had to wait for somebody else to let that come into their heart. But he kept on, and he said, I didn't fail 900 times. He said, I took 900 steps. And so you have to remember, in those things that's too often that we want to call failure, that is our learning. Failure does not exist. And I want you all to think about that. It doesn't, because our greatest learning comes in our challenges. It's easy, especially in this world that we live in. We've gotten into the social media in the photo generation where everybody stands there and they are waiting for the photo op and they're taking the picture, and they standing there with the award. But what about all of the steps to get to that point? People learn. They learn from the process. The process is where we get our learning. So when you have challenges, when you're going through your journey, whether this is in school or in life, in every situation that you are confronted with, remember this: you are going to have two experiences. Sometimes you will win, and sometimes you will learn. Every experience in your life, there's no failure. You will learn or you will win. And then the win is based upon what you define as success. Each of you in that room, you have your own definition of success, and you should keep that throughout your life. What one person calls success may not be success for someone else. And remember, the only person in life, remember this, the only person in life that you have to compete with is the person that you were yesterday. You are not competing against your best friend. You're not competing with that other girl. You are competing with the person that you were yesterday. Because each and every day you should be seeking to grow, to learn, to become a better person, to understand what you value, and to live your values. Because one of the hardest things you will find in this life, and this doesn't matter whether you're 12 years old or whether you 60 years old, is walking in your own truth, sticking to your values. Because people will tell you all the time what you should be, what you should be doing. It takes courage to be yourself. It takes courage to be in a crowd and everybody else is saying go right, but you know you should go left. And they're saying, no, come on, girl, you need to come and go this way. It takes courage to be yourself. It takes courage. And there's this few people in this world who, no matter what, they stick to their values. They refuse to go in and follow the crowd. And that's one of the things that people struggle with all the time, having the courage to be themselves. So I say to you, learn who you are, be comfortable with who you are, and choose to stay authentic. And that means genuine. Be who you are, because there can be so many distractions. So many times, so many girls end up getting derailed because they listen to other people. We all, because of our nature as females, we want to be loved, we want to be liked. But first and foremost, and one of the most challenging things, is starting with liking yourself. And many times when we don't like ourselves, we believe by following the crowd or doing what they say, that's going to make them like us more or make us feel better. And that's not the case. Because many times when you do and behave as other people want you to, they still maybe only like you for a season. And then in the end, you're back to yourself. So you have to learn to be good company to yourself. Learn to love and respect yourself. And people will respect you in the end. And you will see this as you continue to grow up and journey. Be comfortable. Get in the habit of being okay with being by yourself sometimes and being true to who you are. Know what your values are, and values can be like honesty, being loyal. Those are the kinds of things. That's what are considered being values. You know, not taking things that don't belong to you. Being trustworthy. Those are all things that are considered values. And I'm sure during the course of your weeks here, you'll talk about values. You'll talk about loving self and respecting self. These are all treasures that you put inside with your purpose, and there'll be nothing that you can't do in this life. Remember, all of you, just as Thomas Edison, his divine assignment clearly was to come up with the light bulb. Just as you have purpose, all of you in this room, when you were given the gift of life, you have a divine assignment. There's something that you were gifted, that you were given the gift of life to do. And part of, as you continue to grow and learn and you seek it, your divine assignment will reveal itself. That's what happened with me. My divine assignment revealed itself. I was doing some entirely different work. But those things that touch your heart, those things that you feel like, oh, this has got to be solved, that, oh, the world won't be the same if this problem isn't solved. Those give you clues as to what your divine assignment is. And those things, that's where your energy, that'll be your heart. It may be something that when you're doing it, you lose track of time. That gives you a clue. It would be something that when you're doing it, you so enjoy it that you would do it even if people weren't paying you for it. I've talked to people and I know this designer and she says, you know, when she's designing clothes and she sees people wearing her fashion, it makes her so, you know, happy. There's some people that I know they love, you know, fixing computers. They love doing animation. There's others that they love, you know, teaching. There's some that they love writing. There used to be growing up, my favorite thing, I studied piano and I would sit at the piano and play my piano for hours. That was my happy place. For some people, it may be writing a book. You have a divine assignment, some gift that you were born to share with the world. And the wonderful journey that you're on is discovering what it is. How will I share with the world? How will I develop it? What will I study to do it? Those are the kinds of things that I know that this program, that this journey you on is going to help you discover. I just want you to recognize that part of this journey too, many times we let ourselves be limited by just what we're seeing. It doesn't matter what you see right now. If you continue to walk in goodness and you strive to be a good person, to do good things, and you take your talents and you work to develop them, there's nothing in this world you can't do. Nothing. So I'm going to stop there for a minute. Does anybody have any questions? Because I know you have other things that you probably that they have planned for you today. I'll take any questions. I know I will certainly come back and visit from time to time. I'm looking forward to my next time coming back to Nigeria. Does anybody have any questions for me before I wrap up? Because I know you probably have other things to do this morning in your program.
Thank you so much, Ambassador. We appreciate our beautiful ambassador for that wonderful presentation. Thank you so much, Doctor. The next section now is Doctor said, do we have anyone with any question? If you have a question, raise up your hand. Don't be timid. Be free to ask any question. I tell you. Be free to ask any question. Yes, just one person. Oh, okay, 2. Okay, 3. We have 1, 2, 3. Okay, happiness 4. Don't worry, Mama is there for us. Are you raising up your hand? Okay, 5. Okay, 6. Okay, the 6 of us, can we just step forward, please? Can we show them as they are coming? Just let's go. You can sit down, please. You can sit down. So we have the first question for you, ma'am.
Okay. Good morning, beautiful one.
Louder.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good
Good
morning.
morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
My question. Good morning, ma'am. My question goes like this: how do you get to know your divine assignments? How do you get to know your divine assignments?
Are you
Can
able to
you-
understand the question, Ambassador?
I can't. The audio is not so good.
Okay,
Can you
the
repeat
question-
for me?
Okay, a question goes on. How do you get to know about your divine assignment? Because in the course of your teaching, you mentioned divine assignment. So she wanted to know how she can get to know a divine assignment. Thank you.
Okay, good, wonderful question. Part of finding your divine assignment is those things that either bring you to tears, those things that really hurt your heart, that if you see things around you in your community, in your village, that you know are wrong, things that you want to correct, things that you feel, why isn't somebody trying to fix this? Why isn't somebody trying to help these people? Why isn't somebody trying to come up with a solution to this? Those are indicators of things that are clues about your divine assignment. So that's one thing. You see a need that you feel that needs to be addressed, that you feel needs to be fixed. And I always tell people, when you see that, the question you're asking yourself is, why not me? Why can't, why I'm the one, nobody's doing it. I need to do this. Those things that really stay on your mind, that gives you some idea about your divine assignment. And when you look at your natural gifting, but it's as I said, when you see a need that you feel is not being addressed, when you feel that this is so wrong that nobody's addressing this, when you look at, your skills and your interests, because they usually line up. And then often it is some personal experience that you might have had with that, that need. When I found and to find my divine assignment through my own struggles growing up as a girl, as a woman leader, and some of the challenges that I faced and some of my colleagues, and it troubled me. It troubled me. I had some colleagues that they were very smart, but when they would be in a room, they would sometimes be scared to raise their hand because they would think about how they're going to think about me as a woman asking this question. They might have the right answer and be scared to say it. So when you see an unmet need that you feel needs to be addressed, when you feel like nobody's doing anything about it, those are clues to your divine assignment. And the more that you focus on it and you ask, it will reveal itself to you. Because as much as you're looking for your divine assignment, your divine assignment is waiting and calling for you because it needs you, and it will reveal itself. Okay?
Wow. Can you ask the ambassador for that wonderful answer? I hope you understand. Because after the section with ambassador, you are coming on board to tell us the answers to that question. You understand? Ambassador, we want to welcome the second question now. Okay. You can have your seat.
Okay. And I want you to send me the names of the two that asked that came up to ask the questions. I want you to send me the names of all the wonderful young ladies that are in the program. Okay.
Okay. Mama is asking about your name. So she wanted to know you by name. We are making some proper documentation of this program. Like I said earlier on, this program is being monitored by the United Nations, and we are going to be giving reports to the United Nations. Do you understand? So the first question, please remind us your name.
Akinyemi Abulua.
Okay, by name she answers Ebunbolua, and in English, Abu. Okay, Abunbolua, and the interpretation to that name is God's protection. So that's her name. Thank you. Okay, tell us your name and your question.
My name is Falaya Adora. My question is that some girls want to speak up to their parents, but their parents won't believe. So what is the girl going to do if the parents do not believe?
Okay, Ambassador Adora is seated in front of you here. A question goes. Some little girls will want to speak up to their parents concerning some challenges that they are going through. But most of the time, the parents will not want to give the children or the young girl a listening ear. In that type of a situation, what can this girl child do when the parent is not giving her a listening ear to welcome the challenges she's going through?
Well, that is a very powerful question, and unfortunately, a very common question. Unfortunately, there's no handbook out here to tell parents how to be parents or to have a listening ear. And many times parents and the children don't understand. Many times parents are doing the best that they can with what they know. And many times, unfortunately, that could be limited. So sometimes, and particularly as we're finding in this world we're living in, more and more children, because of technology, their awareness is in many instances greater than their parents. And often being able to openly communicate, often that's challenging for adults. Many parents and children have to understand, many parents had parents that they were not able to talk to, that they didn't talk to. And many times parents are parenting like they were parented. And so maybe in some instances, they didn't have anybody to talk to. And that is carried over to their children. But with that said, what many times happens when you don't have your parents that you can talk to, this is the importance of having mentors, having, programs like this, where sometimes you can talk to your mentor. You can talk to a caring adult, that you have that one person that a listening ear. Unfortunately, as I said, sometimes because some parents just have not had the experiences, and they are doing the best that they can. And as you grow older, you'll realize that maybe they may not be communicating or maybe not listening as you would like, but they are based upon maybe what they know and their capacity. They doing the best that they can. And we have to love and respect our parents. Even with that, you never stop trying to talk to your parents. And then in many instances, when you try to keep talking to them and sharing, sometimes you can help your parents learn and grow as well. And so you never give up trying to talk to your parents. Very rarely will you find anybody who will say that their parents nurtured them or treated them like they totally wanted them to. They'll always say something. So you're not the first. So you keep trying to talk to them, but you also talk to your mentors. Yeah, I'm sure you'll have mentors in this program that you can talk to them. I hear this all the time. I have a children's book out that's about bullying and other things. And I was reading to some children in Dubai, and the children opened up and they started talking to me and telling me a lot of things about what was going on in their lives. And the teachers were saying, they never even told us that. And then some of them said, well, no, we wouldn't tell the teachers because they didn't feel that they would listen, or they didn't know what they would do with the information. So it's really about having a trusted adult that you feel you can talk to, that will keep what you say in confidence, and that you can open up. But you never give up on your parents. And just understand, if once you get older and you stop and look, that maybe their parents didn't talk to them. And so that's how they were raised, and that's all that they know. But use your mentors around you. You will have people that love and care for you and will just shower you with love. Many times, the persons that support and love us, but sometimes it may not be your direct family. But it's also important, and I'm sure that maybe this program will bring parents in, because I hear what you're saying, and I always tell programs they should have, and I hope this program does this, that they do something called 2 generation, because the 2 generation approach is best. It does not make sense to just work with children if you don't somehow involve parents and expose parents and teach them, because you're helping the child, but then they got to go back home. And if you're not uplifting the parent and educating them and helping them to be better, it makes it difficult for you. So I'm sure that would be consideration in the program. I'm hoping that they're listening to your question, and if they have not thought about how to more involve parents, that they will, so that what you're saying, which is common, that can be addressed. So I hope that helped you. Find a mentor, talk to the people in the program. I hope the program will figure out activities or something so that they can bring parents in, so that they can work on communication and let them, the mentors help you. And I think that can solve your question you're asking, because I'm sure there's others in the room that have that same challenge. So I hope that gave you some ideas. Okay.
Wow, wow. And we appreciate that, Pastor, for that wonderful. Now, before I went on the third question, Ambassador, just some few seconds. In the course of this discussion, I think I need to let you know that according to what you've just said, we also have a program coming up for the African men education and also the African women education. Because the question Adora has is so common in this part of the world because of our cultural differences. So we have so many younger people that are going through so many tough moments. And the way the African parents behave sometimes is quite different from the system in the United States of America. So this is your answer. I've been able to give us an insight on how well we can, involve parents. And I will give you some wonderful feedback after this program so that we'll be able to design a system and a monitoring system to help coordinate that. So thank you so much, Ambassador. But one of the challenges that we're going to have right now, ma'am, is that we have a whole lot of them with questions. We have like 10 girls now, they want to ask you questions. I wouldn't know how convenient that's going to be for you.
That is fine. I told you, whatever you anytime you ask me to help and to support, my time is your time, and I'm here. Wish I was on the ground. Looking forward to coming back to Nigeria. The only thing I want to correct you with one thing. Sadly, that's not just an African parent issue. That happens, it's a global thing, and it happens across the US constantly. And that whole approach that I was mentioned, if you look on Annie Casey website, they talk about 2Gen. They came up with 2Gen. They recognize it. So unfortunately, it's common. Parents parent the only way that they know, how many times. And so having activities where you including them is so very important. So it's not just a thing for the continent, it's a global thing. So I will answer, I will make, but you can see I'm very passionate about this and the girl child. So I promise I'll keep my answers shorter. And so that everybody can have an
Well-
opportunity. Because I don't know what the time frame is, but I want everybody's question to get answered.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. Do you desire that we should put the questions down and send the questions to you by your by email address to your email?
Well, that if they want them answered now, I don't know your time. If you, I'm good. If you're good, I'm good. If they want to come and they answer the
Okay,
question,
okay.
I'm fine. So you, whatever you do,
Okay.
I'm here to serve you.
Oh, thank you. Can we appreciate Ambassador Research is here for us? Now we have to make the question very brief, so that Mama can, go for some rest.
And
My
Mama,
name
and
is
Mama will be brief. Mama will work to be brief.
Okay, please.
My name is Madana Guchikuma. My question is, if a girl child has a spiritual problem and doesn't have anybody to speak to, what should she do?
Okay, Chinima's question goes thus. When a girl child perceived that she's having a spiritual problem, how can she go about that?
Repeat it again. Did you faded out a bit?
Okay. Shidima is asking a question that when a girl child is going through a spiritual problem, how can she go about that?
Okay. When a girl child is going through a spiritual problem, a spiritual challenge, she should here again talk to the mentor. She should share whatever she's going through with a mentor, with a trusted person that she could talk to. And also depending on whatever her faith, that her faith is, that is a good time for whether you do meditation, um, whatever your walk of, your faith, your higher power, because throughout your life you will go through spiritual challenges, where you have moments of feeling sad. You may have moments, of feeling disappointment. We go through that. You go through it as girl children, as women. You go through it through hormonal changes, and you'll learn more and more about that as you continue this journey. But sometimes just the things around us, maybe things that are going on in family, maybe we may have disappointment with friends. We will find that our spirits, that we go up and down, but having someone we can talk to. Also, finding something. What do you like to do? Do you like to read? Do you like writing poetry? Do you like maybe writing in a journal? Do you like listening to music? Also, find something that calms your spirit. That helps you too when you're going, through spiritual challenges. First, you want to get it out and talk to, someone, so that you can have a thought partner. Everyone should try to have a thought partner. And that's someone who they may not necessarily give you advice, but they can listen to you and they can hear your thoughts and they may give you some ideas. And then find some activity, something that gives you, peace. It may be just sitting and listening to music. It may be writing, but it's something that helps calm your spirit while you're going through it. And then you ask yourself, what is going on at this moment in time that has my spirit feeling this way? Am I upset about something? Am I disappointed at something? Try to get to the root cause. What is causing you to feel that way, so that you can address it and then you can figure out how to solve it. But find something that calms your spirit and then try to identify what is it that has my spirit upset, so that you can find a solution to it, and then try to talk to someone about it, okay?
Thank you so much, Ambassador. Can we appreciate Mama for that wonderful answer? Oh, the questions are, Mom, I need to say this. We have a whole lot of them that are coming out. A whole lot of them are coming out, and they are becoming, you know, at number. So I wouldn't know. I think we have like 15. We have like 15 children that want to ask questions. Seriously.
Well, I think they realize that I'm harmless, and so I feel, well, you decide. We can take as many as we want. You can send the rest with emails, or you tell me, you tell me whatever you want to do, however you want to handle it.
Okay. Now, the challenge we're having now is that if we should begin to use this method, we won't be able to live here today. So what we're going to do is, I'll take your picture, then your question, and I will send it to Ambassador's email so that there will be proper provision of answer to your question. Are we okay with that, please?
Yes.
Don't be annoyed, please. You know, we're just trying to save time. And after that, I'm very sure Ambassador will reach out to us. I can assure you of that. Because we are trying to work with proper time management. So, ma'am, what I'm going to do is that I will get their pictures. I will take their pictures with their questions, and I will forward that to your email. So hopefully, when you are coming on board for the next teachings, I think this will be the first thing you will help us to address before we enter into the main presentation. Are you okay with that, ma'am?
That is fine. Yes. And you know, and if anytime you have WhatsApp, well, you know how to get in contact with me, but that seems a reasonable solution. And anytime you need me, just to reach out, and that's fine.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ambassador. And now, what you will do for us is you will have to number yourself, please. Give yourself number so that we'll be able to. Ambassador, I want to welcome on board also. We have one of our sisters all the way from Romania. We have our sister all the way from Romania, and she's joining on this live teaching by name Christian. She's an expert when it comes to web development. I am glad to let you know that she designed our website for us free of charge. So I want you to help us to appreciate that. Christian from Romania, please, can you please say hello to Ambassador Anita?
Hello, everybody. I joined you a little bit later, but yeah, I was here. I think I didn't miss a lot. So I didn't want to interrupt you, Ambassador Anita. I'm honored and glad to see the all girls that are so interested and put so many, well, hard and difficult questions, to be honest. I wouldn't expect that that deepness, let's say. And it was your speech and your interaction with the girls was so beautiful. I felt a little and young girl once again, because it was, as you said, a journey, and it was so close to my heart. I had mentors. I discovered so many things during these years. I'm, as Ambassador Dr. Felix says, I'm also a programmer, but I'm also a ceramic tile maker. So I am also doing handcrafting. I'm doing photography. I'm doing websites. So I'm all over the place. So I'm still discovering at 36 what is more suitable for me. But what I can say, to everybody who is involved in this program is that I will not stop here, even I'm almost 40, and I didn't decide yet what I want to do with my life. To be honest, the reason why I'm every day learning and every day discovering new things. So from last year, I joined the UNESCO Master. I'm at UNESCO. I'm doing my MBA in intercultural management. I finished and graduated philosophy and geography. So nothing what I'm doing is related to each other. And what I can say to you that it's a good life. It's a beautiful journey, as it is. Yeah. And
Well, you'll
money.
find that it is all really related. I have found I have a hodgepodge of different experiences, and they have all come and merged to the work that I'm doing. So you will find that whatever your divine assignment is, that all these things will mesh to come to what it is, because now in the work that I do, all of my past experiences and that's why I was smiling as you were talking, they have all come to gel to what I'm doing. So there is some rhyme and reason as to why your steps are being ordered as they are. Trust me.
They help each other, they support each other. This is what I can say. So I have a huge um, love for people who are taking time for teaching. I'm also a teacher. I teach photography and ceramics, and I had hundreds of children involved in my programs until now in the last 8 years. And yeah, things are helping each other. And you see, even in this program, I could do something like the website. I can do a website for myself. I can do this for friends. So yeah, you can merge all together. In the end of the day, you feel fulfilled somehow. So
Exactly.
what I wanted to add is that people are scared if they don't choose a path at the beginning of their lives. I have friends who are doctors, decided to be lawyers, and they studied being a doctor, and they are doctors since we finished high school, let's say. So more than 15 years, now 18 years. And they are fulfilled that way. But there are people who are constantly experimenting. And maybe it's not about experimenting, it's about the fact that we just love to learn new things. And yeah, we can take them as they are, and we don't need to be sad about that. We don't need to be scared about that.
No, not at all. Because sometimes, I have found, because I in my professional work did a lot of workforce development and career development, and most people don't really look at their skill set. A lot of people do career choice based upon family preferences, following in footsteps, or selected something just because it brings a lot of money. But then you also see a lot of them have career dissatisfaction, or they have career changes. So you also see sometimes a lot of doctors that then they end up going and opening up a restaurant, or they morph off and they do some things because they didn't really choose that career because it was a calling. It was some other reasons, and then as they mature and their hearts start calling for something else, then they make a career change. And then there's others like you and me that we answer the call, and we're a bit more brave about it because we're passionate and we want our work to really bring meaning. And so we want work that is meaningful. And there's a group of people that they grin and bear it, and they just want a job and make money even if they hate the job. But there's a group of people who they really have to have some meaning and some connection to their work, and those are the people that keep learning And because we all have multiple skill sets and talents, it's just that we choose to pursue them. So you're right. You're
Wow.
right. Yeah. But you're right. They ask some really
Yeah,
some really very deep questions for their ages. Some of the questions I was really surprised at, although not this generation with exposure to media and everything, just they have a heightened awareness, but some very involved questions they were asking for their ages, really.
Ambassador and Ms. Christian. So I'm sorry for that interruption. When Ambassador made mention of a certain answer that has to do with parents, we have a parent in our midst, and I'm glad to introduce her to you because we will also be working together with some parents concerning the progress of this program. So I'm pleased to introduce you a parent. She's been here with us ever since we started. So I wanted to meet with her. And after the whole program for today, I will be able to get in touch with you on how we can actually come up with some strategies to actually, work also directly with the parents for this African girl child.
Fantastic.
May I have a short question? The people, the parents of the children that are involved in this program are the ones that are involved in the second program, parenting, the parent program, or are other parents? Because it will be very important that the children that are involved in this program have their parents involved in such a program.
Okay, yeah, you're very right. And actually, one thing is that this particular parent, she came with a kid. She brought a kid to the venue of the program. So, and when Ambassador was giving us a certain answer, that is one of the reasons why I said I wanted to introduce an upcoming program that will fully involve some parents.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yes,
but
yes.
not
Understood now.
but not actually in the course of the girl child. We will have their own program separately, but I am just bringing it on board to say hello to you so that you can actually help us to appreciate our presence with us. So can you please say hello to our guest speakers, ma'am?
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am. My name is Mrs. Danjuma Miriam.
By name, Mrs. Miriam.
Pleasure to meet you.
Thank you, ma'am. I love your lecture. I really appreciate you, ma'am. God bless you.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am. I said I really appreciate your lecture. It was interesting. May God bless you and reward you.
Thank you so very much.
She said she appreciates your presentation and she prayed for you that the Lord God will bless you more.
Thank you so very much, and bless you, and bless you, because as a parent you could be doing anything on this Saturday morning, and the fact that you came to the program and sat there then and participating, that says a lot about you. So bless you, and I'm sure you could be an encouragement to some of the other parents, so that they, that they come to and that they come and involve. So thank you, and it's a pleasure and an honor to meet you.
Welcome, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
So thank you, Ambassador. I will try as much as possible after this program I will be able to reach out to you and share some thoughts with you so as to make this project a reality.
Oh, most definitely. But I agree. As much as you can involve the parents of the girl children that are in your program, and to come up with ideas where you can do some activities together, so that they can work on communication and interaction, and even I hear you saying you having a separate program if that is some of their parents, but if you can mesh the two and we can talk about it. But I'm here to support you and your efforts. And I don't know. I'm sure you're in Lagos right now. Hopefully, you'll replicate this and you'll go and serve my village at some point.
Yeah, thank you so much, Ambassador.
Okay.
Thank you.
All
I really
right.
appreciate it.
All
We're trying
right.
to wrap up. I want to give the children the recap of everything that you've said, and I want to share with them the roadmap for the next program coming up next week, Saturday.
All right then. Well, I'm gonna hop off and we'll be in touch. It was a pleasure, and anytime just call on me. I'll pop back in. Peace and blessings to everybody. Pleasure meeting you, the parent, and that was wonderful for you to create the website for them, and it was a pleasure meeting you too. And I'm gonna sign off, and I'll see everyone again soon.
Amen. Can we appreciate Ambassador, please? Let me just make it.
Peace and blessing.
Yes, Miss Christine, I will reach out to you also. I just want to give them a kind of a recap before we call it a day, because we're actually running out of time. So I will get in touch with you on your website. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Once again, can we please appreciate our guest speakers for today? Now, to those of you who have been able to submit your questions,